Hello, this is Alec Kerr, the film critic for the Conway Daily Sun with
Nikki Martinez from Magic 104.
And up front, we just have some business to deal with.
Business.
Some business. This will be, at least for a long time.
For now.
For the time being, this will be Nikki's last video with me because, well, why don't you tell?
Well, I will be moving to a new job down in McAllen, Texas, and it's still in radio. Still doing the radio thing. It is for 96.9 KBMB, and it's a bigger position, it's a bigger market, but I definitely am gonna miss this area, and I will always and forever go and have Magic 104. Like, I will always remember them for giving me kind of that first shot at doing the on-air thing. So, but it's a big change, and because of a lot of stuff going on in my personal life with my family and stuff like that, it definitely has worked out for the best. So, but I'm going to miss everyone, but I will come back and visit. That is a promise.
And I will probably visit in Texas.
So who knows?
And
there may be a cool, like, movie review from Texas.
Right. And me, I'm not going anywhere.
You're senior.
But on to the real business.
Yes. The movie review.
The latest Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Dun, dun, dun.
And you know, I've consistently liked the Harry Potter series. I mean, the first two were only they were just good, but ever since they've all been great, I think.
Well, and it's the same thing with the books. I mean, if you've read them or if you haven't, the same thing happens with the books. The first two, you're getting to know the characters. You're getting to know what the whole setting's about, the whole world of these kids and the school and everything. And it isn't until really the third book, just like the third movie, where it's just progressively, it continues on getting better and better, and the story
it helps that they've had better directors after the first two.
This is true also. This is true.
And this is the first film in the series since Chris Columbus left where it's the director returning.
Yes.
David Yates, who was the director of the original State of Play in England.
It's true. That is true.
We talked about State of Play a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of brings a little bit more of a real-world basis to this. I mean, it's still very much about fantasy and magic, but there just seems to be more of a reality-based feel to it.
Yes.
Even when fantastic things are happening.
Yes, very much. And what I liked about this, and what I mean, it's very similar to the book, but just in the movie itself, with that whole real feel, is that the magic is kind of sort of there, but it really does base on their lives and the events and everything that is going to unfold in these next two movies, because they are making not one, but supposedly two.
Not even supposedly.
No, they are.
Happening.
Yeah, two movies.
And so by the time the final film comes out, there'll be a decade of Harry Potter movies.
I feel old.
Yes.
I feel old.
But yeah, this is kind of a continuation from the last one that Yates did, Order of the Phoenix. There's very much a focus on the adolescent and the love and the complications there. And Rupert Grint as Ron, who throughout the whole series has been really the comic relief. I think he's really turned into a really good comic actor, and he's just so priceless in this movie.
It really is. I mean, they all of them do a great job, as usual, but he definitely, this is his movie. For the most part, you know, it's a good chunk of him.
At least for the human parts.
Yes.
It's very much, I mean, he's very central to, there's obviously the developing kind of feelings between Hermione and Ron. Ron is just oblivious.
Yes, pretty much.
But then he's got his little thing who's just wants to snog all the time, and he gets tired of it.
It's really funny. But and that's what I liked about this movie. I mean, there's so many things to list. The actors, the scenery, just everything. But what I liked about it was that there was humor in it, and it was done in such a beautiful way. To where, you know, it wasn't like stupid humor or just put in there just for fun.
The humor came out of the characters.
Yes, yes. And the actors, and actresses, Emma Watson, Daniel Radcliffe, and Rupert Grint, the three of them, as usual, phenomenal jobs.
I mean, at this point, they really seem like genuine friends.
Yes.
I mean,
and they have said this. They've said this off screen, that they really are friends,
Right.
best friends.
And Daniel Radcliffe, he kind of has the most difficult thing to do. He has to carry these films, and and a lot of people say, oh, well, he's kind of boring. All the more interesting people are around him, which I guess is true. But this time he does get to have some scenes where he gets to play comic when he. He imbibes a certain potion. For those who haven't read the books, we don't want to give it away, but he imbibes a certain potion that just makes him a little silly.
Yes.
And it's very funny.
Yes. And then we've also got this kind of the secondary actors and actresses. I mean, they're still big, but we've got Alan Rickman
as Snape, who is just fantastic.
Oh, and another one who's fantastic, who stands out in this, Draco Malfoy, played by
Tom Felton.
Yes,
Tom
Felton.
He's kind of always had to be the snotty, bratty kid, and finally now he's asked to try to step up and truly be evil, and he's conflicted about it. And,
I loved it.
And it was just really great to see, because all he had to do was be a brat before, and now when he's asked to truly be sinister, you can see that he's really not a bad person, and he's really torn up about it.
I have to say, this was probably the best movie he's ever shown in his acting abilities.
He was finally asked to do something more than just be kind of obnoxious.
Exactly. And then, we've got the other ones. We've got Dumbledore, played by Michael Gambon,
who I think finally in the fourth film really stepped out. He was always staying in the shadow of Richard Harris.
Yes.
And this time, this is finally Dumbledore comes really into the fore, and he runs with it.
Yes, and then our new character,
Jim Broadbent,
yes,
as what is it, Slugworm
or Slugwood.
Slughorn.
Slughorn.
I kept thinking of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory as Slugworth. But,
yes.
But yeah, he's kind of eccentric. I mean, they're all these professors are kind of eccentric, yes. But he's really great.
So
he gets some laughs too.
And so overall, I would have to say I highly recommend to see this movie. It's one of those movies, and it's been that way since they started them. If there's one movie you see in the movie theater, is the Harry Potter film.
Yeah. I mean, it's that each film has gotten progressively darker, and this really is very dark. I was surprised how suspenseful some of the sequences were. I mean,
and I've read the books, and I was still like
there's one brand new scene.
Yes.
That I haven't read the books, but my sister, she was like, that wasn't in the book. She just couldn't get over it. That wasn't in the book. That wasn't in the book. I'm like, it was a good scene. It was a good scene. I thought it added something.
Yeah.
Because it added something, because there's the developing romance between Harry and Ginny.
Yes.
And so that kind of helped push that along, and it just kind of put a little bit more danger into the movie.
Yes. So overall, highly, highly recommend seeing this movie.
All right. So this is Alec.
And this is Nikki.
And keep watching.